from Europe and from Japan in particular.
Yep.
And the mechanics, for that matter, everyone's saying, yeah, this is tough. The track's tough. It looks easy, but it's tough. And the competition extreme.
Now, even though there's a lot of sort of 180-degree long sweeping corners, I have spoken to several drivers say that no two corners are the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every single corner, even if it looks on the track diagram very similar, it's got a unique feature to it, which makes it very difficult, deceptively difficult to learn.
Absolutely. And on the other side there, you've got the Mickey Mouse, as they call it, which is quite tricky.
Yes.
You know, coming off that, the slowest part of the track. So you've got very, very fast and flowing areas all the way around until Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's take you through the front of this grid. Tomoki Terashima and Hayato Miyamoto on the front row of the grid. Yoshito Sasaki and Toby Gale on row number 2. Timothy Dekyarev and Toby Lien on row number 3. Toby, the only Canadian driver here. Yutsai Kimi-chan and Sra Anuras are on row 4. Kritash Jirayupa and Chakonan Viratasha on row number 5. 26 drivers in total. The start is going to be key, and then, as we said earlier, this is the hottest part of the day. It's driver management.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys, hopefully they're hydrated, ready to go. It's going to be a long race.
Into the tram lines, looking at the lighting gantry, lights are out, we're off and racing. An even start between the two front row drivers, but then the inside line pays dividends, and if Hayato Miyamoto is not careful, I think he's going to get squeezed out. No, Ostegale. Oh, and now Miyamoto and Sasaki have a little bit of a discussion going into turn number 3. That opens the door. Toby Gale grabs second, but that's perfect. He couldn't have planned it any better if he tried. Tomoki Terashima. That's what you want as a leader. You want the drivers behind you tripping over yourselves. He can settle in and start to manage his Mojo tyres.
Yeah, he can not relax, but he can just make it a little bit more open in his driving style to pull away. So yeah, a bit of a bonus there for him.
The 327, Hayato Miyamoto now trying to fight back after losing a few positions. That is putting him back into 4th position, and he just goes past Timothy Dekyarev. There's ahead of them is the number 328 of Yoshito Sasaki. We're watching the early stage of this play out. You know, Darryl, you do a lot of you say coaching. That's not the right word. You work with the Rotax family on every level of how to get the best out of the Rotax package, the kart, the engine, the tyre, so that when you join the Rotax family, you've got this equipment, you know how to use it. We're seeing drivers, teams, mechanics from, I'd say this word, with hesitancy, from developing karting nations. We're seeing them improve because they know how to use their equipment properly.
Yeah, exactly. They're learning as they go. The Euro's out of their own environment, but back home, and therefore it's an opportunity for them to really push their boundaries, and their confidence grows from that.
Yeah, because you're not seeing, okay, we've had 1 or 2 mechanical failures here, but no more than in any other race meeting. The reliability is great, and of course, when you first start a Rotax Max Challenge, you have new drivers, new teams learning the engine. Sometimes you can have a lot of mechanical issues because, again, they don't know how to get the most out of the package.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's pretty close when you look at that field, particularly up from the drone shot here. It's awesome. It's user-friendly, and people are really putting it in their place now.
Yeah, now, from that drone shot, you were able to see that Tomoki Terashima leads by 1.4 seconds over Toby Gale. There's the number 344. That was Chanaknan Viratasha for Maximum Motorsport. His nickname is Get. He wants to be getting up towards the front because he is down in about, let's have a look, Viratasha down in 8th position. It is very difficult to pass. We're seeing a lot of single file racing. Of course, drivers being a little bit more cautious in senior because 53 entries, we're only going to have, I think, 34 in the final.
Yeah, these guys, nose to tail, but it's also the nature of the track.
Yep.
There's some good opportunities for overtaking, but also overall it's limited. So there's a good move around the outside there.
That was an excellent move, from Sra Anuras, the Forza Motorsport driver. He was able to just get round and pin the number 327 of Yamamoto. Miyamoto. Yeah, and Yamamoto deciding he didn't want to get overtaken, and he had it back, but it was the black crash helmet and the Birol chassis. That was you can get round the outside. You just got to pinch the drive you're trying to pass into the inside, not drive them off the track, but just pinch them so that they're faced with two options: the grass or the brake pedal. And
I mean, I think he done a great job, local track knowledge for one, but then he outbroke himself. So that's where the other guys just come back on him very easily. So it's okay to overtake, you've got to slow it down.
Yeah, you've got it. Going down the straight bits is one thing, but the twisty bits, they're also important, no more so than here. Some of these long corners as well, they really wear the front end of the cart out as well, so setup is quite important.
Yeah, I mean, the flowing fast corners with as we spoke yesterday, with the asphalt, which is quite coarse. The tyres, it's a little bit difficult on the tyres, and therefore any slide whatsoever, it's going to wear the tyre. Slide just kills it. So it's important to keep the kart as straight as you can for as long as you can.
As we look at half distance now, we start lap number 6. Terashima leads Toby Gale by 1.8 seconds, so that lead is growing ever so slightly. Toby Lien, the Canadian driver in kart 340, running in a very strong third position. Timothy Degtyarev is fourth, and Hayato Miyamoto's been in the thick of the action throughout this race. He is in fifth. Yoshito Sasaki is sixth. Chanoknan Miratasha seventh. Sra Anuras eighth. Kritash Jirayupa ninth, and Mohamed Feroz Fairos is in 10th position. All those from, let's have a little look, I would say from 5th place on back is extremely closely matched indeed. There we go, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, back to 11th, which is Yutsai Kimi Chan. Kimi Chan, named after his favourite Formula 1 driver, Mika Hakkinen. Terashima has the race lead. You were a grand finalist, you were a podium finisher in the Rotax Grand Finals in its early years. The event goes from strength to strength, but there's nothing like representing your country, which is what all these drivers are striving to do. Yeah,
that's an incentive, that's for sure. At the moment, I think everyone's pretty much, it's all for themselves, but at some point they'll be looking on this as, representing their country, and I'm sure the teams are pushing that as well.
And obviously this circuit's been there. You've driven around the world as well, developing. Have you ever done any laps here?
Yeah. We not the last time I was over, but a couple of years back. And like I said to you earlier, it looks easy, but it's a difficult little layout. Yep.
Oh yeah, no, and they've compacted 1,300 meters into not much. It's an impressive feat. There's 1,300 meters of circuits into a small space, but they haven't made it fiddly. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you get these tracks which you referred to a Mickey Mouse section, there's the slow section which we're looking at on the drone shot here, but that's the only really slow corner on the track.
Yeah. If you look at the whole thing, and this is why the limited overtaking opportunity, because of the nature of the layout. If everyone's flowing and going at a relatively regular speed, and one Mickey Mouse section which can upset the apple cart.
2 laps to go. Tomoki Terashima continues to lead the way. He is driving the Tomy kart for Gold Motorsports. Now, Toby Gale, the younger of the two Gale brothers in this class. There's a move. That is number 313, and that is Kritash Jirayupa, and he passes Sra Anuras for what is 8th position. But of course, when this track was built, go-karts didn't travel as fast, did they?
Not at all. No.
They tended to be a little bit on the thinner side, and the lap the lap times here, 56 seconds, that was considered a very, very long lap. 1,300 meters back, even 10, 15 years ago was considered a very long circuit.
Yeah, quite a flowing circuit. So this is why the lap time is really, relatively short when you consider it. And,
Now, final lap. You can see the bits of Mojo rubber, the marbles off at the side of the circuit. But Tomoki Terashima comes out to turn number 3. Toby Gale coming under pressure from Toby Lien in second and third position. Then we've got these cars, Timothy Degjarev, Hayato Miyamoto. In fact, Miyamoto, they're just holding off Yoshito Sasaki, but Tomoki Terashima, that is about as perfect a race as you can hope to get. As a little casual glance over his shoulder, that Gillard kart is rolling towards another win.
He's done a great job, nice and casual, keep the kart straight, nice and relaxed on the tyre, and therefore pulls away easy.
There is the checkered flag for Tomoki Terashima, winner by 2.6 seconds from Toby Gale. Toby Gale just edges out Toby Lien from Canada, then Timothy Degjarev, Hayato Miyamoto, Yoshito Sasaki, Chanoknan Viratasha is 7th, Kritash Yirapura is 8th, Sra Anuras 9th, Mohamed Feroz Fairuz from Malaysia is 10th, and further down the order, Yutai Kimi Chan, Norarat Apivat 11th and 12th, Varunchit Watanathanakun